Hello everyone, welcome back. In today's video, I'll be showing you how I make a strong and durable bar soap using stearic acid, palm kernel oil, and tallow. This combination produces a hard soap with good cleansing and foaming abilities. For my oils, I used a total of 1 liter that consists of 700 ml of PKO and 300 ml of tallow. Alright, for the caustic solution, I used 190 grams and I dissolve with 400 ml of water. The next is the addictive that improve the quality of the soap, which is I added my 25 gram of stearic acid, 100 gram of soda ash, 250 gram of sodium sulfate, 250 gram of calcium carbonate, and 150 gram of sodium silicate. Don't worry, I'll put the ingredient on the screen. So to dissolve the addictive, I used 2 liters of hot water. I also added 2 tablespoons of sugar to help improve the leather of the soap. Then my fragrance was 10 ml. Now let's move to the production. The first step was to melt my tallow. Since tallow is usually solid, it needs to be heated until it becomes completely liquid. While the tallow was still hot, I added my stearic acid into it. That's how I was turning. If you watch this, I'm turning the oil so that the stearic acid will dissolve properly. The heat from the melted tallow helps the stearic acid to dissolve properly. Stearic acid helps increase the hardness of the soap and makes the final balance longer when used. Then after the stearic acid dissolved completely, I measured my palm kernel oil. Remember 700 ml of palm kernel oil into the mixture. At this point, I'm adding my caustic soda solution into my oil. I carefully added the caustic soda into the water and stir until it dissolved completely and then solution became clear before I add into my oil. Okay, so you just mix thoroughly. So at this point I was looking for the color. I wanted to use green, but I didn't see green. I used my pink color. So I added the color into the is oil soluble color, please. It's not water. So if you are using water soluble color, make sure you add into your addictive, so this is oil soluble color, so it is important to add it now that you are dealing with the caustic and the oil so that it will mix evenly. So it is important to stir the mixture thoroughly so that the oils and the caustic soda will combine properly. This is where the saponification process begins, which is the chemical reaction that forms soap. So after mixing properly, I covered the soap butter and allow it to rest for about 10 minutes so it could gel. Alright, you cover it properly. While waiting, I prepare the additives. Alright, the addictive, I dissolved my soda ash, my sodium sulfate, my calcium carbonate, and my sodium silicate inside 2 liters of hot water and stirred everything until it is mixed well. What I'm saying is fair that you measure out your addictive. What are your addictive? Your soda ash, your sodium sulfate, your calcium carbonate, and your silicate. Make sure 2 liters of hot water is on fire because you're going to use hot water to dissolve all of them. So at this point, I'm measuring all the addictive out, and this is a stainless bowl that contains the hot water inside. Remember, each of these additives plays an important role. Soda ash helps with cleaning power. Sodium sulfate helps improve the hardness of the soap. Calcium carbonate acts as a filler and gives body to the soap, while the sodium silicate helps make the soap more durable and prevent it from dissolving quickly when used. All these addictive plays an important role in your soap making. All right. So at this point, I was measuring out my sodium silicate so that I'll add it together with my additives. I just added it now and keep stirring. So we just added it and keep stirring. Then after about 10 minutes, I check the soap butter to confirm if it has gelled. So if you see oil floating on top of your soap butter, please stir properly. The butter must be uniform before you add in your addictive so that you will not experience separation. So at this point, our soap is fully gelled and we are adding our additives, our soda ash mixture, calcium carbonate, sodium sulfate, and sodium silicate. So you keep stirring. Do you understand what I'm saying? Once it was ready, I added the addictive mixture to the soap butter and stirred thoroughly because stearic acid soap thickens quickly. It is important to stir fast and evenly at this stage. This is not a stage that you go and answer phone call, or this is not a stage that you go and do breastfeeding. You have to be on it because if you delay, this soap will thickens up on you. And so it is important to stay fast and evenly at this stage. All right. So, and this addictive that you're adding, don't pour it at once. You add gradually. You saw the way I was adding it, gradually. Don't just pour everything at once to avoid separation. So then after that, I will add our sugar syrup. I just added my sugar syrup. Alright, sugar helps improve the leather and makes the soap form better. So that's why I added my sugar syrup. Then the next thing is to add my fragrance. Alright, that fragrance give it that pleasant smell. For this batch, I use 10 ml of fragrance. Okay, I continue stirring until everything blended properly. Alright, once the soap butter was well mixed, I quickly pour into my mold. Do you understand? Speed is important here because stearic acid soap tends to harden faster than regular soap. Yeah. So after pouring the soap in the mold, I level the surface and allow the soap to set for 24 hours. Once the soap becomes firm, it can be removed from the mold and cut into bars. All right. However, it is always best to allow the soap to cure properly before using it so it becomes stronger and long lasting. Just give this soap for like 3 days to 4 days. It will harden up because of the presence of the stearic acid and plus tallow. So you get what I mean. So thank you for watching. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more soap making tutorials and production. Subscription is free. Please click on the subscribe button. By doing that, you're encouraging me. Thank you so much. See you in my next video.